Hi, I'm Maggie Lakowski from Maggie Moon Tarot, and here are the vibes for the week. The moon moves into mysterious and sensual Scorpio on Saturday, and the Pisces sun conjuncts Neptune, its ruling sign, on Sunday, the 28th, and will linger there for several days. And on a high octave, all this celestial energy can be the muse that sparks creativity and healing. And on its shadow, you may keep things submerged in the unconscious, not wanting to bring them up to the surface. This can be an intense feeling, but some things will be hard to keep secret during this time. And then on Monday, it's our last day in February, the 29th, leap year, adding that extra day in the month to balance out our calendar. It's also an 11-2 day in numerology, and that's a master number, so its vibe is one of intuition, inspiration, love. And with the Scorpio moon, your hunches prove to be correct, and things come to light that they weren't able to access before. And so when I look at the energy of the 11 on this day, I saw two candles lit, our inner and outer light, that will take into the next month. And it might seem a bit silly, but I like to think of that leap year extra day as we have that extra 24 hours. So what will you do with this extra time and opportunity before the new month starts on Tuesday, the first day of March? And then late Monday, the moon moves into carefree and an adventurous Sagittarius. And then on Wednesday, we have a power or opportunity day after the moon squares Jupiter. The moon is void of course in Sagittarius, and that's one of the signs that are favorable for a void of course moon. And then at the end of the week, we are beginning to prepare for the balsamic moon time. It's a time to tie up any loose ends rather than start something new. It's a time of reflection and restoration for the next lunar cycle, because March 8th will bring with it the eclipse season with the new moon solar eclipse in Pisces, which we'll talk about next week. And this week, I'm reading with the Gaian Tarot, created by Joanna Powell Colbert. And this deck is a longtime favorite of mine and my clients. It's nature-based, it's a multicultural deck, it has gorgeous colors, and it's rich with symbolism. And I feel like I come home when I'm reading with this deck. And at the beginning of the week, I pulled the Nine of Water. And this is a woman in a sea cave. She's lifting her arms to embrace the ocean mother. And in the companion book, Joanna writes that the woman leaves, when she leaves, she takes 9 white stones and carries the energy of the place and the songs that she sang to the mother. And this card is of emotion, deep fulfillment, a sense of opening yourself up completely, soaking in the light and love, allowing it to enter into your body. It's an ecstatic experience when we make that connection from our spirit and our mother. And nines are about completion, mastery, and solitude. This card comes up to remind us, to remember when we find ourselves in this sacred space, either through meditation, a ceremony, dreams, or in our daily rounds. We find a talisman to take with us, to remember this feeling and holding the spirit of the place, just like the woman with the 9 stones. If it's been a while since we've had this experience or feelings, we can find treasures, a picture, memories, or an object that activate that experience. Or we can start anew through a retreat or a visit to a sacred place, the woods, the desert, the ocean, walking a labyrinth, and creating art or dance. The Nine of Water calls you to touch the divine, the deep emotion inside of you, and feel you are complete and one with your spirit. And the idea of a sacred place is apparently as old as life itself. Your sacred space is where you can find yourself again and again. And that quote is by Joseph Campbell. And then midweek, I pulled the Seeker card. And that is card 0. And it comes as we start this new month, a new beginning. And the moon is in Sagittarius, a great sign for traveling. And this seeker is contemplating her new journey on a hillside with a butterfly emblem on her back and a fox as her companion and guide, who holds that trickster and cleverness. She's been through a period of transformation, and now she's off to go on her journey. She's traveling lightly with her bundle, maybe with her talisman in there, along with her hopes and her dreams. She's filled with delight and wonder for what's ahead, and she has paused, looking peacefully at the landscape below. The mountain range, the river, the bay that flows into the ocean and beyond. There will be adventures, plot twists, and surprises along her way, but she remains innocent and open and curious to begin again. And when the seeker arrives, it's a sign for a new adventure, maybe a spiritual journey or a class, taking that brave step out into the unknown and the uncertain. It's a chance to start fresh. And when we practice listening and trusting our intuition, our own spirit, we will hear and feel and will be shown exactly what we need. And then we can take action. So what will you take with you on your new journey? It may be asking you to have or leave any baggage behind to simplify your life. What healing can this adventure offer you? And what healing will you offer? And what new story will you be weaving? And remember, wherever you go, go with all of your heart. And that's by Confucius. And then at the end of the week, the 4 of Water comes out. And it's at the Chalice Well in Glastonbury, England. And that's where we see a woman gazing into the well. It comes at the same time, right before the balsamic moon period, the dark of the moon, before the new moon. And it's a time we need to restore our soul, your spirit, begin anew at the new moon. It's asking us to start looking at what seeds we want to plant, our intentions and wishes for the new moon and following week. A time to hit the pause button. We might find a place where we can sit and gaze into a stream, river, or scrying into a bowl of water to see what visions or messages we hear. Even the shower is a wonderful place to clear our energy and receive those psychic hits. And the 4 of Water asks you, what areas do you need to restore yourself before new activity begins during this waning moon? And since we have 2 water cards in this vignette, water is about our emotions, healing, and cleansing. Sound baths are very popular now for their healing effects. And so you might like to find one to attend or play music and have your own sound bath. And we cannot see our reflection in running water. It is only in still water that we see, and that's a Zen proverb. So this week, find that ecstatic and sacred place. Look for new adventures. Be curious and find ways and places to become quiet, to reflect and restore your spirit. And that, my friends, are the vibes for the week. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to click on the like and subscribe buttons and share with your friends. In the About section of the video, I've included a link to Joanna Pell Colbert's website, the Gaian Tarot, along with her magical community, the Gaian Soul, where she hosts seasonal programs and retreats, and her art and so much more. And along with a link to my website, MaggieMoonTarot.com, in case you'd like to contact me or schedule a reading. So, until we meet again next week, laugh often, love much, create your own happiness, believe in miracles and magic, be kind, and support each other. Namaste.